Hey guys, well, sorry it's been way too long since I posted a video. We've just been dealing with a lot of crazy stuff this last week. I'm looking forward to having a vacation, hopefully sometime in the next week or two, where I got some time where I can just relax and, you know, do the thing. I've got a buddy that I want to go see down in Houston, but I don't know if we're going to be able to make that happen or not. If not, maybe a little camping trip or something. I went out Sunday morning. It was Easter, and I got up right before the sun was coming up. And I didn't take the kayak with me. I just went on the bank, because to be honest with you, I didn't really feel like doing anything. I didn't even want to film it. I just went out and I just wanted to catch some fish. And at Twin Buttes, sometimes early mornings is just when they're really biting good. You can pretty much throw anything out there that moves and they'll bite it. This particular time, they bit pretty good. I know a guy went out there the week before and he was throwing things that were chartreuse, and that works pretty good sometimes, but I noticed this time around I didn't have just a whole lot of luck with it. Most of the things that they were biting was white or red. Red-headed jigs seem to be really good. The black bass seem to be going for the all white body lures. I was using Roadrunners, I think, mostly. I threw some top water and some stuff, but didn't really get any bites on that. And then I just switched over to a little crappie rig. I had a white Roadrunner on the bottom, and then I had a little red-headed jig on the top. Well, the top one, just like when I went out in the kayak the week before, was the one that everything bit. Now, in the process of doing this, I came across a really unique spot for us. One I didn't even know was there. So you never really know what you're going to find if you just go looking. But it was really pretty. So I got just a little short film of it, and I'm going to put it on at the end of this. Okay guys, now I always talk about what I kind of use, but I thought maybe it might be nice to show you. Now, I want to show you a couple things first. I bought these little grubs, and when I first got them I thought, man, these things are going to be fish killers. And you know, I have yet to find anything that want to even try to eat it. I don't know why. Maybe the fish around here are just kind of finicky. Kind of like dogs, you know. You can put two different kinds of food that look almost identical next to each other, but they're going to choose one over the other in most cases. And I think sometimes our fish are like that too. But now, what I had luck on the last couple of weeks was these little white jig heads with the little spinners on the bottom. I used to call them Roadrunners. Last week, this is what I used on the bottom, and then I used the little swim bait with the blue on top, and I caught, you know, one crappie on it, and I think a white bass bit it once. But what they really went for was just a simple little red jig head like this, no spinner, And this is what was really getting the bites. I don't know if you can tell the color of this or not, but it's kind of chartreuse on the bottom, and it's got a little light blue on the top, and then it's got metal flake or flake all through it. And last week and this last Sunday, that's what they bit. I mean, I was just catching them left and right on them, mostly white bass, kind of nice black. Like I said, I didn't bother filming it because I was just more interested in going out and having a peaceful day. It was Sunday, and kind of felt closer to God, out in nature, and I just wanted to spend some time relaxing and reflecting. And so that's pretty much what I did. So it wasn't about shooting for the channel or anything like that. I just wanted some time to myself. But when I came across that spot, it was just too good to not do it. Anyway, that's pretty much what I like to use. I use a lot of the swim baits, some chartreuse and some of these minnow type ones. I use a lot of the curly tails a lot of times. Mainly, this is the kind of things I like to use for crappie and things like that. But the bigger baits, I just couldn't get them to bite. But when I switched over to the smaller ones, I had a lot of luck with it. Now, I've got I've got the little chartreuse with the red head roadrunner, but ironically, they just didn't bite it. I mean, they bit the red jig head with the white or the little tails like these. That's what I had the luck on. I tried the Ned rig, I tried a couple other things, and I just didn't get any bites. Anyway, it's kind of weird this last few weeks. It just seems like everywhere you look, everybody's complaining about something. I don't usually like talking about this kind of stuff on the show, but I felt like it was something I wanted to mention. That Brady Kid Hodge from Florida and his little group, teenagers, they always think they know everything, but they have no idea why this country has worked for as long as it has. Is it perfect? No, but there's no such thing as anything perfect. But there's a reason why that Second Amendment's in there, and it's not so that people can own AR-15s. And they don't even know what the AR stands for. And then, of course, you've got the media that's always trying to do everything they can to rob us of all of our rights and freedoms. And for the most part, they do a pretty good job because most people are dim-witted. And they don't know nothing for nothing. It's just a good fad to attack everything now. But they don't realize that freedom is very fleeting, and that once you give it away or it's taken, you almost always never get it back, and certainly not without bloodshed. I mean, that's the reason why we've had it this long as it is because a lot of people have died to try and retain it. And every time they do stupid crap like this, they spit in the faces of people that have paid the sacrifice to make sure we kept that freedom. Yeah, I mean, even in the movies, everybody's got their opinions about Star Wars, Last Jedi or whatever. I'm a big Star Wars fan. A lot of times you'll see me on the channel, I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. I grew up with the shows. I went to the very first one in the theaters when I was a kid. And right after the movie was over with, I was hopping over couches with little toy guns and trying to get through the shield barriers on the Death Star. But
still do.
Now everything's political, and they put all this kind of BS in these movies that really don't belong. And what they do is they rob people in future generations of what could be a really nice show. I mean, everybody tries to make it sound like they're they're living in an unjust world, and man, they have no idea. You go back and ask those people in the 40s what unjust was like. Ask those people in Germany, um, or over in Iraq, Vietnam, what unjust was. Real slavery, what unjust was. They have no idea. They just want to shoot their mouth off and get their 15 minutes of fame. And they don't have any clue what they're talking about. But what they are doing is they're destroying the fabric of this country. And what they're doing is they're destroying their own freedoms. That they don't realize they're just pawns in a game of bigger people trying day and night to destroy this country. And boy, they're just swallowing it hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because it puts them on YouTube, or it puts them on TV, and they're popular. Star Wars. Getting back to that, everybody's complaining about social justice warriors in it. I kind of thought that was funny. They did make it out that they tried to make it out like all the women in the movie had to take over because the men were just stupid idiots. Well, let's be honest. General Hux, he was a cartoon character from the beginning to the end. I don't. God, that guy was so over the top. I don't really know how they thought anybody was going to take that character serious, but he really was. It kind of reminded me of some of those old Bugs Bunny cartoons, when we were younger. It's just, it's actually kind of funny. Is it Star Wars: The Last Jedi? My opinions on it. I'm just gonna say this: I did not like the movie, but it was a fun. It was funny, It was kind of like a guilty, funny pleasure thing, but it really wasn't Star Wars, or at least not the way I like it. If you like it, that's fine. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and it didn't really hurt me one way or another whether you like it or don't like it. I just didn't care for it. And but the one thing that nobody ever stopped to consider is that they're like, oh, this is a triumph for all women everywhere because women took over. Well, women almost destroyed the entire Rebel Alliance. By the time they were finished, there wasn't hardly anybody left. So, yay, women. I don't know if you want that as your example. I mean, aren't y'all like strong and intelligent? Everything in that movie was exactly the opposite.
Princess Leia was my role model.
Anyway, that's the whole point I'm trying to make. I mean, it's just stupid. And they're just all falling for it. It's like, well, if you don't like it, well, then you hate women or minorities or whatever. And if you do like it, then you're a traitor and you're a communist or whatever. What does it really matter? It's a movie. It's fictional. Okay? Now, I love Star Wars. I grew up with it. I enjoyed it when I was in high school. It was a big center of my life. But as an adult, it's just a movie. I think people a lot of times felt it to differentiate between what's real and what's fantasy. And in the end, it hurts them. We live in a technological age where everything's instantaneous, and so everything in life should be instantaneous. Instant gratification. And there's just no such thing. Everything costs you something. Some things are a little bit cheaper than others. Some things cost you everything. And freedom is one of the greatest things we enjoy in this country. And when it's gone, it's gone. And boy, it sure is teetering on the edge of a razor right now. So, I made just a couple of examples, but there's tons of it out there. I mean, all you got to do is just flip through YouTube or flip through the news channels or these stupid talk shows and these idiotic TV shows that we have on TV today. Everything's filled with it. It's just filled with it. You can't get away from it. So I don't watch a lot of it anymore. I've pretty much cut it out. I don't even hardly watch any movies anymore. I'm tired of it. So I just kind of create my own content like a lot of you guys do. And hey, to you guys that are like that, for you guys. Yeah, a lot of people come down on the Guggen Squad or whatever. It's a big thing. I don't really care. They do all right. I mean, sometimes I enjoy them a lot. Sometimes they kind of get irritating, but they do their thing and they're good at it. So why not? I mean, this is America, right? If you don't like what's on, turn the channel. It's that simple. You're free. You're not being forced to watch anything or to do anything. You have that freedom. So embrace it. And don't bash other people because you don't agree with it. If you don't like what's on, turn the channel. And, it's like my channel. If you dig it, man, thank you. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. If you don't, I can't fault you for that. There's a lot of great stuff out there, and my channel is not that great. I mean, it's a work in progress, and hopefully one day it'll get better than it is. But, for now, it is what it is. And I'm happy with it. I enjoy making the content. But seriously, guys, take that to heart. Think about it, especially you younger people. One of these days, you may look back and realize that all the stuff that you were doing contributed to the end of everything that you enjoy. And once it's gone, it's gone. And even if it does come back later on, it's probably going to come through a big war. And you won't be around for it. Wouldn't it be better to just preserve the good things about this country now instead of look back on it later on in life if you survive that long and say, I remember when it used to be good and I tore it down, all for 15 minutes of fame, because one day it may be too late and you won't have a choice. Because once they win, if they win, you're not going to have great power like you think you are. You're not going to be free to just go get high and slough off and not have to work and have everybody pay for you. They're going to force you to do whatever they want you to do. And if you don't, you're not going to eat. And if you throw a fit, they're just going to take you away. That's what camps are. And if you really think communism is good, you need to take a closer look at what Stalin did in Russia. Where do you think they got gulags from? It wasn't for criminals, it was for political dissidents. And they killed a whole bunch of them just because they disagreed with the government. And you're on the side of the group of people that want to do the exact same thing. And I apologize, I don't mean to get political on you, but I felt like it was something heavy on me, and I really wanted to express that tonight. Anyway, so enjoy the little bit of footage I got, and I'm going to hopefully start getting video back up and going on a full-time basis without the political crap starting this week. And I want to go and try and find some other places around the lakes and rivers that are really pretty spots that might stand out. And once I get enough footage together, I'm going to kind of put them all together and make a video just with that. Anyway, good night. God bless. Ride the waves, y'all. Hey guys, I wanted to say, I forgot to put this on the video a second ago, but I took some video of the underneath of my main kayak, the Pursuit that I've got, and it's brand new. I've only used it about 4 or 5 times, well, 5 times now. And I noticed that the keel is really starting to get, kind of messed up. And those rocks, man, they do a number on that kill in a big hurry. So I'm gonna try. A lot of people have suggested using Gorilla Tape, but I think I'm only gonna use that until I can give me some of that kill guard. That stuff looks really good. Anyway, I've got a small video of that to just kind of show you what it is. Remember, this is only about five, maybe 6 times that I've used this kayak, and it's already scratching up pretty good. Now I got me a heat gun so I can fix it, but just this way you know what it's kind of doing to the kayak, so you can kind of check yours out. And also I want to get some of that was it 303 or 202, that spray that they use for the UV. Anyway, I'm gonna get some of that too and try it out and let you know how that works out too. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to add that real quick, so I'll catch you here in a few seconds.